Welcome to Star Visioners YouTube channel. If you liked our video, please do like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. Dear friends, at first I would like to wish all the Indians a happy 75th Republic Day. Let us salute and remember the contributions of various eminent personalities like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Pandit Nehru, etc. in the formation of Indian Constitution. Without further delay, let's get into today's video. As I mentioned, India is a republic state. Before knowing about the Republic of India's state, let us know basics of republic. The term republic is derived from the Latin phrase res publica, which means public affair or public think. It was used by the Roman thinkers to refer the state and government where the power rests with the people as against to the tyranny, monarchy or kingship. Meaning of republic. Republic is a form of government where the people elects their representatives through using their voting rights. Republic in India. Head of the state, that is president in India, is elected through the indirect elections through the electoral college for the fixed period of 5 years. In India, the Indian constitution is supreme and the power rests with the people. In India, president is a nominal head whereas prime minister is a real head. Historical background of Indian constitution. All India Congress Committee Resolution 1922. This resolution has declared the goal of Purna Swaraj, which means complete independence, and envisioned a future democratic India. Nehru Report 1928. This report proposed for providing the dominion status to India by safeguarding minorities. Government of India Act 1935. Even though this act was enacted by the British, it given has given importance for the self-governance and also influenced certain aspects of Indian constitution. Cabinet Commission Plan. This commission came to India in the year 1946 with the aim of providing independence and to frame an Indian constitution. Its head was Lord its head was Lord Penthick Lawrence and its members were Sir Stafford Cripps and A.V. Alexander. Recommendations of the commission. First one, union of state. A federal union of a federal union must be established to deal with foreign affairs, communication, defense. Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly would be elected by the provincial assemblies for framing the Indian Constitution. Grouping of provinces. The provinces were grouped into three sections. They are Section A, which includes United Province, Bihar, Madras, Bombay, Central Province, and Odisha. In this section, in this section, the Hindus will be majority. Section B, Muslim Province, which includes Northwestern Frontier Province, Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan. Section C, Bengal and Assam. Limited autonomy. Some provinces like Group B and C were having limited autonomy and were allowed some degrees of self governance. Princely states. The princely states were allowed to either to join India or to remain independent. Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly in India was established in the year 1946. It was a landmark historical moment in the Indian history because it has given independence to India, and it also allowed the Indians to to make transition from the colonialism to the independent India. Mr. Satyendranath Sinha was the temporary president of this assembly. Later, Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad was appointed as the president of this assembly. Composition and formation. The Constituent Assembly was partially elected and nominated body. Initially, there were 389 members and it was decreased to 299 due to the partition of India into India and Pakistan. Members from provincial states which were under the rule of British were elected. Representatives from princely states were nominated. The first session of this assembly was held on December 9th, 1946. Committees of Indian Constituent Assembly. There are 22 standing committees in the Indian Constituent Assembly, which are as follows. Drafting Committee, headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Union Power Committee, headed by Pandit Nehru. State Committee, headed by Pandit Nehru. Union Constitution Committee, headed by Pandit Nehru. Provincial Constitution Committee, headed by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights, Minorities, Tribes, and Excluded Areas, headed by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Excluded and Partially Excluded Subcommittee, headed by A.V. Thakur. Fundamental Rights Subcommittee, headed by J.V. Kripalani. Minorities Subcommittee, headed by H.C. Mukherjee. Northeastern Frontier Tribal and Assam Excluded and Partially Excluded Areas Subcommittee, headed by Gopinath Bardoli. Ad hoc on Supreme Court Committee, headed by S. Vardharachari. Expert Committee on Financial Provisions of Union Constitution, headed by Nalini Ranjan Sarkar. Committee on Chief Commissioners Province, headed by B. Pattabi Sitaramaya. Linguistic Province Committee, headed by S.K. Dhar. Steering Committee, Rules of Procedure Committee, Finance and Staff Committee are headed by Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad. Credentials Committee, headed by Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer. Order of Business Committee, headed by Dr. K. M. Munshi. Housing Committee, headed by B. Pattabi Sitaramaya. Ad hoc Committee on National Flag, headed by Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad. Committee on Functions of Constituent Assembly, headed by G.V. Mavlankar. Drafting Committee of Indian Constitution. Drafting Committee was responsible for framing the Indian Constitution. The drafting committee consists of total 7 members, which such as Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the head, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, K. M. Munshi, Muhammad Asadullah, B. L. Mittar, later replaced by N. Madhav Rao, D.P. Ketan, later replaced by T.P. Krishnamachari. Role of Drafting Committee. Drafting of Indian Constitution. Through analyzing the various sources such as Government of India Act 1935, constitutions of different states, the committee has framed the Indian Constitution. Examining Second one, examining the draft. Based on the recommendations of the Constituent Assembly, many changes were made to the drafted constitution. Presentation and amendments. The the drafting committee has presented the framed constitution in the Constituent Assembly, and based on the recommendations of various Constituent Assembly members, many changes were made to the drafted committee, which exhibits the collective wisdom and aspirations of India. Finalization of Indian Constitution. Through various debates and discussions, finally the Indian Constitution was drafted. It was an historical moment in the history of Indian independence as well as in the history of India. Originally, there were 395 articles with 8 schedules with 22 parts. As the time passes, many amendments were made to the constitution. Presently, the Indian constitution has more than 448 articles with 25 schedules and 12 schedules and 25 parts. Preamble and acceptance of Indian Constitution. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunities, and promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of individuals, unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, on the 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give ourselves this Constitution. With this information, I would like to wish all the Indians a happy 75th Republic Day. If you liked our video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching our video and have a great day ahead.